Hello, everyone. This is Tina from Tina's Workshop. It is Friday, May 21st. It is beautiful and sunny outside, 64 degrees. We have a break in the rain. It's a very nice day. You will be seeing this tomorrow because I always film a day early, and anything that I mention, I will link down below. So if I forget, just let me know. I'm going to jump right into it and finish the objects. I have 4 finished objects. So this is what I showed you last week that I had done. I had all this that I had done, and I did 2 more skeins. So if you watched the video that went up today, which will be yesterday for you, you will see I did a couple more. And if you have not watched it, you should go watch it. And if you have ever thought about spinning dog fur, I did try many different ways, and so you might get some good information there. But these 2 I blended 75-25, so 75% dog fur, 25% of wool. This one I had done Corriedale, and this one I had done merino. And I carded it, blended it 3 times, and then I spun it. And the Corriedale was really hard. The fibers were too long, and I do not like the way it came out. It was very, very, very lumpy, bumpy, and thick. But the merino was my favorite of all the skeins. It came out really nice, really consistent, a nice look, size, everything. So that's my favorite of all of them, but I will be putting these all in the mail and sending them to my cousin and letting her decide which way she would like the rest of it spun. So that was really actually kind of fun to do. I was enjoying my time spinning, and now I have dog fur all over me. Okay. Moving on, I worked on the Nancy Bates hat I was telling you I was going to do. It's called, I forgot to write it down. I grabbed out the book specifically to see what the name of it was and still forgot to write it down. It is the Golden Gate Fog. So that's the one that I did, and I did it for my husband, and I'm not going to put it on because it's still a little damp where I'm blocking it, but there's how it came out. So it's got bridges all the way around, and it looks so tiny, especially when you put it up against that hat that I did. That hat's like giant next to this one. It looks so tiny, and before I blocked it, it looked even tinier. It looked like a baby hat, and my husband has a big head, and it fits him perfectly. It really stretches out. So I think it came out really nice. It had a yarn that you carried with the white, so you would get the little bit of halo, which kind of gives you that foggy effect, which you get a lot of in San Francisco. So I'm very happy with how that came out. And Nancy Bates is actually going to be here in about 2 weeks, and I'm going to take a class from her. So I'm super excited about that too. So I've now done 2 of her hats, and I have many of them that I would like to do. And I have another one that a friend has asked me to do. So I got a lot of those to do. I do have another project that I completed that I'm not going to actually show you. It's for next week's video. I got a crochet kit from the Dollar Tree, a $1.25 crochet kit, and I worked it up and I completed it. But I will show it. Maybe I will show it next week. It might not be till the week after because I'm not going to be at home. But the video for that will be out next Friday. So you should watch that because it's interesting. What can you do with a $1.25 crochet kit? And my last finished object for this week is actually with another little tiny bit of dog fur that I worked on. This was when I first tried the Corriedale after only running it through the carder once. Did not work, but it works super cute to display my little earrings. I made little drop spindle earrings. Aren't those the cutest? So if you remember the beads I showed you that I got from Joann's a week or so ago, and I said I had a project in mind, that's what it was. I was using those beads as the little whorls for drop spindles. So they're all in this little tin that my son had given me that had tea in it. And there's all different colors and stuff like that that I can make whorls with, and they're all little like stone beads, and I think it's super cute. And then I used wire for the fiber because I wanted it to be a little bit dressier, something that you could wear with like any outfit and not feel like you're wearing this really cheap kitschy thing, but actually have these nice earrings that you could wear with something a little dressier and feel like they're worth wearing with it, if you know what I mean. So those came out super cute. I'm super excited about that. And then I have 2 works in progress. I have 1 work in progress. I have not worked on the muscle burro hat at all because I've been working on all these other things. The only thing I have that I've been working on that is not in my finished objects category is in the bag that my friend made, and that is the Cuddly Soft Baby Blanket by Candy Lou Creations, and it's coming along. I was figuring out size-wise last night, and if yarn allows me, I think I need it 3 times the size it is now, so I need to do 2 more sections of basically what I already have. So there's the pattern, and it's super squishy. It's really nice. It is in 49er colors, which is what my son had asked for. It's a baby blanket for a friend of his who is a 49er fan. And I am just using Red Heart for the red and Big Twist for the gold. So I literally do have to be able to finish it with what I have, because most likely I won't be able to get the gold. I could get more of the red if I needed to because it's Red Heart, but most of the yarns are gone in Joann's last time I looked, and I'm going to say Big Twist is going to be one of those that's gone because people do really like it. So I still have a decent amount left though of these 2 skeins, and it's supposed to be able to be made on 2 skeins. So hopefully we will get through it with what I have left. So that is all that I have actually been working on. I have, of course, all kinds of things that I want to cast on and do. I'm trying to finish that so he can go give it to them. I'm doing it not the tiniest size. I'm doing a size up because the baby was already born, I think a couple months ago. So I want to get that done. And then I have a pattern I want to create, and I have socks I want to cast on. Oh, and I have a scarf that I want to make with one of my acquisitions. So I'll show you that. And yeah, let's move on to acquisitions. So last weekend, it started last Friday and goes through Sunday or Monday, the Bay Area Yarn Crawl. And I had grabbed my husband, and he went with me for the first 3 stores I went to on Saturday. And then I grabbed my son and took him with me to 2 stores on Tuesday, I think it was. I have a few other ones I'd really like to go to, but I don't think it's going to happen. I'm not pushing myself for it. Again, there's 22 stores involved. So I did pick up their bag, which is super, super cute. And all the little bubbles has the names of the stores, and they all had their own stitch marker that you could purchase that are all very similar. And Some of them are on wood. They're all laser cut and they have the names of the stores. And which way am I going? That way. There's some are on the plastic. There's orange one there, and then where's the other one? Oh, there's a clear one here. And one of the stores was already out, so I didn't get theirs. One of them, when I bought theirs, they only had like 6 left, and that was on day 2. They're like, okay, we need to order more next year. But I think the bag is so super cute, and I thought it was fun to just put their different ones by their stores. And then, let's see. I have some stuff in here and some stuff isn't. I did not do, sorry, noise. I did not do videos this time, but I took a picture of each store, and then I took like 2 or 3 pictures inside, which just kind of gives you an idea of the store itself. And I will insert those either before or after I show you items. I guess I'll figure that out when I edit. And one store, I forget why I didn't take the picture walking in, and I forgot when I came out. And I do have a picture from last year, but I didn't dig it up. I just grabbed a picture from Google Images just so that because it's just so you get an idea of what the store looks like and what's in it. So I will insert those pictures and I will show you what I got. So the first store we went to was Avenue Yarns, and that was a store I had been wanting to go to for a while. And I have a friend, Kira Delaney, they were doing a trunk show featuring her, and she was going to be there that day. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go to that store first. And then we all got bingo cards. So there's the front of our card, and then our little bingo card so we could get it marked off with each place we went to. And then there was a couple activity ones that you'd get marked off. And if you got a line, it's a couple of the stores that I had still wanted to go to. This was actually 2 of them. So if I went to those, I would get a line. If you get a line or an X or a full blackout, then you could turn this in, and each one of those different things you get entered into different drawings. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to be completing that. So anyway, the first one we went to was Avenue, and at Avenue Yarns, I picked up the bag at Avenue, and I got, I'm like, there was something else, the stitch marker. I got the bag and the stitch marker, and I picked up this yarn. So you know how I was telling you that I changed my mind. I wanted to do a blanket with all my greens and incorporate some of those other autumnal colors in. So I decided to specifically look for the other autumnal colors. So at Avenue Yarns, I found this one. The label is For Avenue Yarns by Martha Egan, and it's called Aurora. And it's that beautiful autumnal, like orangey brown, which I absolutely love. And it is the colorway is called Pecan, and it's organic merino Aran, non-superwash, 100% merino. So Pecan is the colorway, and it's really pretty. It feels really nice. And then we went from there, we went to, which one did we go next to? Black Squirrel Yarns. We went to Black Squirrel Yarns, and that was a really neat shop, and they actually had fiber stuff in there too, which they actually had a little fiber stuff in Avenue. They did have drop spindles in Avenue and in Black Squirrel Yarn, and a little bit of fiber. And they had a couple trunk shows going on at Black Squirrel. Really, really nice people there. And it was a fun little shop, and it was in kind of an industrial area, which was kind of neat. So I go in there, and I started roaming and looking and trying to decide what I wanted, and I did end up getting, where are those at? I got some knitting needles because I had some knitting needles I needed. So I got some ChiaoGoo knitting needles while I was in there. They're not in the package anymore because I used them on the Golden Gate Bridge hat. So I had picked up some knitting needles, and did I get, oh no, I got that in the other one. I got some stickers in there, and they're not in my bag. I got some really cute stickers. I got one that says homebody. I got my son and myself both these that said homebody, which was really funny. And then there was one that was a, oh, I got to see if I can find it. Okay, found it. This was the other thing I bought at Avenue. I knew there was something else. And my husband's like, another pair of scissors? I said, yes, I forgot mine. I need them. I can always use them. So at Black Squirrel, I found this one. It says homebody. I'm a homebody. My son's a homebody, so I got his each one. Then I got this one. You have died from lack of yarn. So I guess that's from a video game called Oregon Trail. If you didn't know, I did not know. My son had to tease me because I didn't know it. And then I also got these cute little Snoopy stitch markers. They're so stinking cute. And I found a skein of yarn. And there's a couple reasons I got this skein. One, look at the color. It's absolutely beautiful. Will look great in my blanket. Even has like a little bit of almost a green to it. It's gray or a green. It is, I cannot read the name of the color. Jumbuck DK 7525 superwash merino nylon. And there's the name of the yarn, if anybody can decipher that. It looks like an EMHLAZAN, but I don't know. But the other reason, it's called Silver Pennies, but it's this coppery color. And my mom's name was Penny, and my father used to always tape a penny onto her presents whenever he'd give her a present. So there was a little copper penny that was taped to her present. So it just kind of made me think of my mom a little bit. But I thought the color was absolutely beautiful. So then we went to Imagine It East. So there's more than one Imagine It. So there's one, these were in Berkeley and Morgan Hill, these stores all were. That store was a lot smaller. So all three of these stores I got stitch markers at. And I went all through trying to find a yarn that I would like or something. And I just honestly could not find a specific thing. And I didn't want like Malabrigo or something like that. I like to find something that's more unique to that store or their trunk show that I'm not going to find somewhere else. The Malabrigo, the Madelinetosh, stuff like that, I'll find somewhere else unless it's a colorway specifically for that store. So I did finally end up getting the one that was for their trunk show. It's Peninsula Yarns, hand dyed in Northern California. And it's called Ginkgo in Fog. It's 75 superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 5% gold stellina. And I was actually drawn to it when I first came in. It was a really pretty color. I love ginkgos. I had that sparkle. I don't know if I will use it in the blanket or something else yet, but, and it's a little bit greener than it's showing up. It's got these little bits of yellow and stuff, and it's really pretty. And I don't know if you can see, you see the sparkle of the gold stellina? Oh, not my face. Come on, focus. And Ginkgo in Fog. So really pretty yarn. So I picked that up. Then on Tuesday, I went to San Rafael and went to Atlayer Yarns and Dharma Trading. And first stop was Atlayer Yarns. And last year when I was there, they had a skein of yarn that I kicked myself in the butt all year for not picking up. So I ended up getting that skein of yarn. And I picked up some of this Eucalyne. It's a wool wash, but it has lanolin in it. So if you have a wool that's a little drier or itchier, it helps with that because it adds a little bit of that lanolin back into it. So I picked that up, and then I got the yarn. The yarn is knitted wit worsted, and the colorway is Haleakilaka National Park, and it's 100% superwash merino, and really, really pretty. And the reason that I wanted this is because my best friend from childhood, her first daughter's middle name is Haleakilaka. And I want to make her something with this. And bonus, her birthday's coming up on the 1st. Not sure it'll be done by then. So I messaged her mom and said, do you think she'd rather have a hat or a scarf or this or that? Because I only have one skein. She thought she'd like to have a scarf. So I'm going to look up some patterns on Ravelry and see if I can find something that I can do with the one skein that I think will be pretty for her. So that is going to go to her. And then we went over to, and at Atelier, I also bought this crochet hook. I had bought one last year and I really liked it. And a couple weeks after I got it, I snapped it in pieces and I was so upset. It's like a bone or something like that. And I like it because it looks a lot like some of the older ones I have that were my grandmother's. So bought another one of those. So then we went over to Dharma, and my son has a project that he wants me to do for him. And to do that, we needed some dye, and Dharma is known for their dye. So we picked up 3 things of dye in the colors that he was wanting. So we got a jade green, a lime pop, and a deep yellow. Can you guess what it is? They're Scooby-Doo colors. And then we also picked up the soda ash that we needed to go with that. So I got those and a stitch marker. And then, okay, so that's everything from the yarn crawl, that the 5 shops that I went to. When we do our local yarn hop, we only have like 5 shops. Yeah, we have 5 shops. So I went to 5 of the 22 shops for the yarn crawl, but I had fun. And both days I had fun. My husband and I, we had fun going. He's amazing. He's great. And I enjoy going places like that with him. And my son, awesome. Again, he sat there and he walked around with me and looked at stuff with me. He could grab the high stuff, that I couldn't reach. So we had a good day. And then we went from there, and about a block or 2 away is Bananas at Large, which is a local music store. So we went and walked through there because he's very musical. So it was fun. And then we went and visited a friend that's in the hospital. So we did that on our way home. So the only other acquisition I have, just double checking. Yep. I ordered from Paradise Fibers. I ordered 16 ounces of Icelandic wool roving, and the color is Humbug. And I'm going to spin this up, and depending on how much yarn I have when I'm done and everything, we'll decide a little bit more what I want to do with it. Icelandic is a very coarse wool, so it's usually used for either like an outer blanket or outer wear. It's not against the skin, or carpeting or something like that. So I'm actually thinking about doing some sort of little like rug or something with it, like a little throw rug. But we'll see with how much I have, if I think I can actually achieve that or not. Otherwise, I will figure something else out. But we have a spinners challenge at our local fair. And this year, the fiber is Icelandic. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna get some, and I thought this was really pretty with that the stripe to it, which will give me a kind of marled yarn. So that's going to be fun. So that's all my acquisitions. My husband has been working on a few things, and he made this really pretty bowl. Oh, when we went, I didn't tell you that. When we went on the yarn crawl, we found a new wood store over there in Berkeley that we had not been to before. And when we went in there, we bought canary wood, and it wasn't cherry, but it was another like red colored wood. I can't remember what it was called now. And so he was working with that. So the yellow in this is the canary wood. Isn't that pretty? It's so yellow. So he made this one. It's a little bit of a chunkier bowl. I hope the little knot in there. So pretty. And another one he had done, he actually did this other one first, but right at the tail end, it flew off of the lathe, and that happens sometimes. And he ended up with a little crack in it. So this one is walnut and canary. And I love the patterning right there. That I think is so pretty. But when he got the crack in it, we took the crack and we actually cut the whole crack out, and we turned it into a nice little yarn bowl. So I think it looks really pretty, and I love this yellow. And like I said, this is just so cool, the patterning right there on the wood. So he made those this week. I feel like there was something else he did, but I don't know. But that's about all that we've been up to. We are going to be out of town next week. So my video for next Friday is the Dollar Tree dog. So don't miss that one. And then the podcast next week, I will probably be filming not home. I will be filming it on my phone and doing it that way. So, but I still will get one out. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great weekend and a great next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you all again soon. Bye.